Hi, friend. I hope you are very well on this Friday or whatever day you catch this recording. My name is April Lewis, the host of the April Lewis Experience, and also your trainer and consultant for all things employee resiliency, satisfaction, and engagement. Today, I wanted to talk to you about something very specific. I put a post out or a graphic out yesterday, and I basically said, what's really going on here? And it's my question to you. It's my question to myself. It's my question to God. And it's about everything that's happening. And I can say in the world, but I can't say I know everything that's going on in the world. But I know what's going on in America. I know what's going on with us. I know what's going on with the organizations I work with, especially the healthcare organizations that I work with that are dealing with a lot of stress right now. The higher education institutions that's dealing with all the stress and change and things that's happening. And there is a lot that's happening. But what is it? What is really going on that is causing our world to be in such a state of distress? That is causing people to literally murder other people because of the color of their skin. That is causing people to not allow a free person to walk down the sidewalk and be in their neighborhood. That is causing people to make decisions about our bodies, make decisions about other people when we live in a free country. I don't actually know exactly what it is, but I know some of what it is. So my work is all around wellness and well-being and truly matters of the mind and how that impacts you and how you show up to do what God created you to do. And I love talking to people about transformation, whether that transformation is happening in an organization or that transformation is happening within. But if you've ever heard me speak before, you know I'm always talking about the transformation that happens within. And that is the nucleus of what I want to share with you over the next few minutes. We are truly in a state of chaos on a lot of levels in our world. And the chaotic state that we're in is because we, and I'm going to say we because I want to take ownership of it too. I'm not pointing a finger and I'm not passing judgment or blame. Now, to people that are murdering people because of the color of their skin, that are doing abusive things and discriminatory things, I am pointing my finger at you because you are dead wrong. You are the problem. But for the rest of us, those of us who don't want to destroy this world, those of us who really enjoy life and really want the world to be a better place, who really want to show up and use our gifts and talents to do the work that God created us to do. I'm talking to us. I am saying we got to help those people who don't know no better, which means that we have to first help ourselves. Yesterday, I had a visit with a chiropractor. It was my second chiropractor I've ever seen in my life. I have been having this random knot come up on the right side of my body below my waist. Honestly, it's been there since 2016. It's very localized. It comes and goes. It's annoying. I stretch it out. I keep moving, whatever. But I finally decided to go to the doctor. And the doctor x-rays, MRIs, shout out to the VA for being very intentional about finding out what was wrong with me. But all the results came back negative. So from a medical standpoint, nothing was wrong with me, but you can physically feel a knot that was on my back and that's been on my back. So my doctor sent me to the chiropractor because, let's maybe something's off. Well, I go to the chiropractor. He looked at it. He saw what I was talking about. He said, oh, your hips are just a little rotated. So he did a little snap, crackle, pop. It was super easy. And I asked him, I said, so since this was very localized, it's been here since 2016, it's not causing any other pain, it's not moving throughout my body, what did I do to cause it? And he looked at me and then he looked at his wall. And on his wall, in several places, he had the word that I speak to the most and how it shows up in our life. And it's stress. My friends, we are stressed out. And we have every right to be stressed out. We're in the middle of a global pandemic. You have people that have been in business for years that lost their jobs, lost their businesses last year. You have people that lost their jobs last year. You have people that are going to work every single day into environments where they could potentially contract COVID. You have people that are working with the bare minimum and trying to do the most so they can be of service. You have marriages that are falling apart. So you got people that are dealing with brokenheartedness. You have people where their saving grace, their sanctuary, their safe place used to be going into the worship building, going into church, and they haven't been able to do that in over a year. Friends, we are stressed out. This is what's going on in the world. We are living in a world where we aren't able to manage and deal with our stress so we can respond when life happens. And life is happening to us. Life is happening. I do not watch the news. You want to know why? Because the disease of what I look at, and I call it a disease because it's so toxic, I can physically feel it in my body. I stay abreast and I stay aware enough to do my work. But to sit down and to watch videos and to listen to messages and to read posts of everything that's happening, it would destroy me because I take all of that in. And some of you do the same. You feel the pain of the world. You feel the pain of other people. And then you may be asking, what can I do? So if you're feeling the pain of other people and you're dealing with your own pain and issues, then how do you find that balance? Where do you place that stress? When I think about racism, I think about people who literally are mad for no reason. Somebody right now is looking at this, looking at me talk and hating the sound of my voice because of my melanated skin, hating the fact that I'm black, hating the fact that I'm a woman, hating the fact that I'm a Christian. And you know what? I'm sorry, not sorry. And that's how we have to be. And that's the message that we have to get out to people. Why are you so mad with people? Why do you despise people so much because of something that they could not control? No one can raise their right hand from the womb of their mother and say, make me black or make me white. We are out here and we're dealing with these things, and most of them, a lot of them, we don't have control over. We don't have control over, to a certain degree, of the government saying we're going to shut down. If they say we're going to wear a mask, you can go here, you can't go here. This is closed for now. Yes, we do our work. We hire our local officials. We put people in office. But then at the end of the day, in this democracy, when something is pushed down from the top, this is just where we are. So we got to do our part to make sure that we have the right people in decision-making positions. We have to do our part to where we as people take care of each other. We are our brother's keeper. We are here. We are literally occupying space in this world for a short period of time. And friends, I'm 38 and we're destroying it. In a lot of ways, we're destroying it. We're destroying each other because for some of us who know that we can do better, we aren't saying anything or we aren't doing anything about it. Now, everyone isn't called to get on camera and share a message. Everyone isn't called to lead a protest. Everyone isn't called to be the CEO of an organization where they can say, hey, talk to me, my diverse teams. How are you feeling? What do you need? But I ask you, what can you do? What can you do to make the world a better place? What can you do to better learn about something that is forever going to be in your life? And that is stress. Stress manifests in so many ways. Stress manifests in your inability to focus, your inability to make the right decisions, physical ailments in your body, not getting enough sleep, not eating well, and all of those things come out in so many other ways. So when I see somebody that is just mad, that has anger and hatred in their spirit, my first question is what's really bothering you? What have you not healed from? What demons do you have inside of you that you need to let go? Because it is deeper than what we see on the outside. When you look at the news and you see these things happening, when you see people murdering people and all the assaults and stuff that's happening, what is going on behind that? What drives that? What's driving you? How are you showing up? How are you engaging with your family and your colleagues? How are you acting and feeling when you see diverse teams, whether you're back in your office or you on the screen? Do you have some stuff inside of you that needs to be dealt with? When you look at women, do you see them less than? When you look at black people, do you see them less than? Do you see us less than? When you look at white men, do you hate them? When you look at veterans and military people, do you hold them in a higher esteem than everyone else? When we're still people. We're just people that raised our right hand and say we're going to fight for this country. So there's a state of balance that this is April Lewis's cry. This is my cry out to you and for whomever you want to share this with, however you want to share it, to say, let's heal, people. Let's heal. We are hurting. We are a broken society. Yes, in so many ways, we have every right to be mad. In so many ways, we have every right to be sad. We are grieving. Hundreds of thousands of people died last year because of a virus that knocked all of us off our feet. We were not ready for this. We weren't ready from a leadership standpoint, from a global standpoint, an economic standpoint, a healthcare standpoint. We were not ready, but it came. And we had to respond. And we had to adapt. And we had to adjust accordingly. So if you don't have the things in your toolbox to where you know what to do when that change happens, when that major disruption happens, when something is taken completely out of your control, then you get into a state of survival, which is not a good place to be. We want to be in a state of balance. We want to be grounded enough to where we can take a moment and be still and process what's happening and make the best decisions. What is the best thing to do next? If you see somebody walking in front of your house, walking in the neighborhood, are they really a threat? Are they really causing you a problem? Or is it that your brain has this image of a certain person that looks a certain way and you automatically see them as a threat? And you know how that happens? Because it's programmed in your subconscious mind. When you put things into your eyes and ears, they take over how you're thinking. And if you aren't conscious to be aware of what you're thinking, your default thoughts are going to say, oh, when I look at the news, every time I see on the news, there's a certain person, a black man. So when I see them doing something bad on the news, when I see them in real life, obviously they're doing something bad because that's just how we're wired. It takes you one time to burn your hand on the stove before you not put your hand on the stove again without confirming that it's off. So if you're constantly engaging with people, if your circle is constantly talking about negative things and who you hate and who's failing at leadership and who sucks and who shouldn't be here, and that's all you're putting in your spirit, how are you going to coexist with that type of person without doing them harm? How are you going to be able to work with someone that you have a story created in your mind about who they are? If you're constantly flooding your mind with lies about a whole class of people, how are you going to not do harm to them? So what's really going on is that we, the people, we're not dealing with our issues. We are not dealing with the fact that we are sad, we are broken. We are not dealing with the fact that we need help. We are coming out of, and in some ways still in, a traumatic life event that we've never seen before, some of us, and some of us will never see again, God willing. None of us are exempt from experiencing trauma. 2020 was traumatic. Racial issues, traumatic. Being black in America is traumatic based off how some people treat us. Being a woman in business can be traumatic when you have a man or men that don't give you equal opportunities and the same respect because you are a woman. Trauma, friends, show up in so many different ways. And we have to know how to deal with that trauma. We have to know where to go for help. There is an array of things that you can do. You can talk to a therapist, a counselor, the behavioral health specialist that we have certified and qualified to help you. The list runs deep. What level, what tier do you need to be on? If you are a veteran, you can go talk to people at the vet center. You can go to the VA. If you don't have insurance, there are 1,400 plus community health centers across this nation that you can go in and say, I need help. And unfortunately, I may not be able to afford it. That's okay. They can work with you. There are free clinics that can work with you. If you are a Christian, if you are a member of a church, go to leaders, go to the elders and say, I need to talk to somebody. We got to seek help when we need it. We have to accept the fact that we are dealing with stuff that is causing pain and distress in our body, and we may not be placing it in the right way. And so it's coming out as violence and hatred and anger and overeating and the inability to focus and discrimination. But we can fix it. We first got to be aware. My friend, we have to be very honest with ourselves. I recently put a post on LinkedIn where I talk about, I know April Lewis. I know me inside and out. There is no way I could do the work I do if I wasn't true to me. I couldn't do the work that I do if I didn't go through the life struggles that I went through personally and in the workplace. So now I can reach back and serve people. I check myself. I go as far as writing down things that I don't want to have, characteristics about me that I don't think serve me well. I write them down and I burn it like I want to see it go away. Is it magic? Does it just disappear? No. It is a continuous work. I am a work in progress. You are a work in progress. Every day when you wake up and God blesses you with a new day that is filled with new grace and new opportunity, you got to look in the mirror and ask yourself who you want to be today. How do you want to show up? What are you going to do in this world? If you wake up and you got anger in your spirit and hatred and you're despising a whole nother person, stop for a minute, friend, and see what's going on. Where is it coming from? Where is the trauma? What is the root of the trauma? Let's go there and pull it up. Let's get real about the fact we got people that can't even be in healthy relationships because of mommy and daddy wounds. We got people that can't work with diverse teams because they saw granddaddy hate somebody. We got some real life stuff going on, friends, here. But I am a woman of faith. I am a woman that believes that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above anything that we can ask or think. So my prayers is that God help your people heal. Help us heal so we can do what we're supposed to do in this world. If you are dealing with some trauma, it's okay. If something happened to you, you didn't ask for it. If you made a decision and did harm to yourself, you're still here. God's grace is sufficient for your weakness. Ask for forgiveness and ask God to lead you to where you need to be so you can get that healing, so you can move past it. There is nothing that we cannot accomplish. We literally can make this world a better place if we, the people, get our acts together. And if there's anything that I can do to help you, if there's anything that I can do to help your team, whatever, if I, April Lewis, can do it, I am ready, willing, and able. If you need someone to talk to, message me, email me, april@aprillewis.com. AprilLewis.com is my website. You can get on my calendar. I'm easy to be found. I'm a little black girl from Alabama. And God has blessed me with an amazing life. I know a lot of people. I have met some amazing people. And the predominance of people that I have met want to do the right thing. The predominance of people that I have met literally love other people. They don't care about the color of skin. They don't care about all this other stuff. They want to make this world better. They want to do their part. They want to leave something good for their children. I'm talking to you, those people. It's good people out here. We are good people. But for others who aren't good people, we got to help them. So we have to be able to say, what's really going on? If you're sitting amongst somebody, even at the bar or drinking, if you're at church, if you're out at the park, wherever, and you hear somebody expressing hatred and hateful thoughts and speech to somebody else, it's on you to check them. And by check them, I don't mean be rude and disgruntled and cause a fight. You can simply ask, what's really going on? Why do you feel that way? Because I will tell you, people that are running around with a lot of hatred in their spirit, you're hating people that never did anything to you. I cannot speak for all black people, but I can speak for me, and I can speak for the ones that I've spoken to. We just want to be treated equal. We just want to not be discriminated against because of the color of our skin. We just want to live with everybody else. We just want to do great work. We just want to not be murdered. We just want to not blatantly see where we're getting treated differently. You know, the buzz phrase now is a seat at the table. We want a seat at the table. We want to own some of the tables. We want the same opportunities as other people to be able to fund those tables. So what's really going on is we're in a world right now where we need to take a step back and we need to look within ourselves and see what's really going on. See what we need to release. See what we need to let go. See where we need to let God come in and heal us and show us a way. And if you're here, you're able to change. Change takes time. But you first got to be aware of what needs to change. And it can be as simple as what doesn't feel good. If you're all anxious and mad and your blood pressure's high and your adrenaline is pumping, wait, that's not homeostasis. That's not balance. The body wants to be chill. Unless there's an immediate impeding threat, the body wants to be chill. But even if you see that threat, you want to be so chilled enough to where you can look at it and say, is this a threat or not? That's all I got. We can do this. From Alabama to 6 years in the military, to living in South Carolina, living in Maryland, and now in Florida, I have met the most amazing people. So I have faith in humanity. I know we can do it. Why? Because God's grace is sufficient for our weakness. So where we are weak, that's what we have to call on God and ask God to strengthen us. Show us the way. I remember I used to work for a man, and he used to say, leaders know the way, go the way, and show the way. In one way, shape, or form, you are a leader. And the one way may be just leading yourself. So know the way, go the way, and then show the way. And I wish you all the best. And talk to me. What do you think? What do you think is really going on? What do you think we can do? This is April Lewis's cry. We got to get it together. This world is beautiful. We're in America. We don't want for anything. We have everything that we need in the palm of our hands. There is not too much that I can't do to manage my life from this phone. Let's not destroy it because we don't want to get real with ourselves. I love you. I wish you the best. God is faithful. God will hear you. If you cry out and say, God, I got something inside of me that I do not want anymore. God, I need to let this go. God, I need you to help me. God, I don't even know what it is, but something is just off. God hears the cries of his children. He will hear you. He will send you somebody that may not look like what you think they should look, sound like how you think they should sound, but just stay open. Let's not destroy what we only have to enjoy for a short period of time. God bless you and keep you. Let me know what you think. What can we do? If you want to help, I want to link arms with you. If you want to use your gifts and talents to serve, I want to link arms with you. That's my call to action. Whatever we can do, it doesn't take a lot. If you don't like being on camera, can your voice be heard through audio? If you don't like really engaging with a lot of people, can you write and release something? If you don't want your name out there, get us ghostwriter. There are so many things that we can do. Call on your elected officials. I don't get a lot into politics. I'm too much of a humanitarian, but we need politicians. So put the right people in office. Don't run for office. Okay, I'm getting ready to... We can do this. You can do this. You have goodness in you. There is goodness in the world. We just have to go find that good and let the good trump the bad. And where there is bad, where there is brokenness, hurt, pain, trauma, let's call it out and let's deal with it. Have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. Create a new day. Be open. Be love. Be light. Let's just show up and leave something great for the generations to come. We got this.